is the reigning WBA Super Featherweight Champion of the world, Leo El Terremoto Santa Cruz. The reigning, defending, and undefeated WBA Lightweight Champion of the world, Gervonta Tank Davis.
And welcome to round 6. The main event, while we're all gathered, is to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis as he takes on Leo Santa Cruz for not one title, gentlemen, but for 2 titles. I want to break it down, strengths and weaknesses. So when you look at Tank Davis, what do you see, left jab Lamont, as one of his strengths that's going to help him in this fight?
Tank brings hand speed to this particular matchup with Leo Santa Cruz that I don't think is something that maybe Santa Cruz has necessarily seen before. I also think that his quickness will also be a factor in this matchup heading into Saturday as well, that certainly Santa Cruz is going to have to deal with.
Let me ask Juan, give me a strength of Leo Santa Cruz.
Think the range, the length of this jab, and he has a high output of punches also. And I think is this high output of punches, is it going to calculate to move him in the deeper rounds where Gervonta Davis necessarily hasn't never been?
Announcer Jones, give me a weakness that Tank will have to be aware of as he enters in this fight.
I think his toughest opponent will always be himself. He doesn't sometimes come in focused, has other things going on in his life, sometimes does not make weight, oftentimes does not make weight. Hopefully he's gotten those things together and he's in a better place mentally, physically, and spiritually for this, because certainly this is his most important bout of his career now to get to the next level. So hopefully all those things considered, that he's at peace with himself and focused on this fight.
129 3/4 pounds, 129 3/4 pounds for the lightweight world champion. We have a fight.
Henry makes a great point. If you look at everybody's predictions, everybody says Tank has the goods. You can look at him and say he's a special fighter. And then there's always a comma, but. And the comma, but is, will he come into the ring in shape, and will he come into the ring mentally focused? Can you talk a little bit about that and how that weakness he hopes to overcome against Santa Cruz?
Gervonta Davis is the first beltweight boxer to headline a pay-per-view since Hakeem Rahman against Lennox Lewis the second time around. So this is really for legacy for Davis. He really wants to be a fighter who only fights on pay-per-views. He doesn't want to be a fighter on free TV anymore. In order to do that, though, he has to have not only defeat Leo Santa Cruz, he has to have a really good performance against him, against Santa Cruz. So he's going to have to really focus from the outside. This bout will be won before they step in the ring for Davis. That's the way I look at it.
Like Digital said, it's very historical. It's particularly, from somebody from Baltimore and stuff. Just talk about the meteoric rise of this young man and the fact that he's down with Mayweather and the money team and how all that kind of comes together to add to the story of Gervonta Davis.
He has been blueprinted to be in the position he is in right now, and that's what they built him on. So I think coming into this fight, he has a solid background, and the way he wins this fight definitely is not going to diminish him or even plateau him or put him on a higher pedestal, because he's already on the highest pedestal. It's just that after Santa Cruz, who's next?
We like to call this segment Food and Fisticuffs. We want to know what everybody's going to be snacking on while they watch Gervonta Tank Davis take on Leo Santa Cruz. So I'll start it off. And, I'm at this point in my life where I need to watch what I eat. Not watch it as it goes into my mouth, but watch what I eat and make sure it's healthy. So I'm going to go with a very, very simple stir fry, a chicken stir fry with some green beans I even sliced up some almonds to put on there and sprinkle on there. And I will have that and maybe a glass of white wine and watch the fight.
So I've modified my diet. It will be shrimp parmesan with a Caesar salad and juice, probably mango, and I'll treat myself to some red velvet cake, just a small plate.
Very nice. I like the red velvet cake. You gotta have something sweet. That's not gonna hurt you. Left jab, talk to me.
Stick and move. What's on the menu for me is a shrimp salad taco, soft tacos with all the fixings, and a light beer.
I'm going with the fried shrimp myself. Fried shrimp and French fries and some probably some Asian vegetables and maybe a glass of water.
Okay. Shrimp is very popular.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Juan, go ahead and end it for us. What you gonna snack on, bro?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna do some chicken wings, but I think I'm gonna change it up and be healthy like everybody else. I'm gonna go with some filleted fish. That's what I'm gonna do. Filleted fish. I'm not gonna add anything to it. Just some filleted fish and sip on some water and keep it mellow.
All right, welcome back to round 6, and we have another segment we want to introduce to you. We call it the man on the street, aka the mouthpiece. You know, you gotta have a mouthpiece when you're boxing. So we're gonna reach out to some of the people in the DMV that we know, people that you might not know, some that you do know, but everybody that we're gonna have on the mouthpiece is one thing, a big fight fan. And so I reached out to my man. We go back many, many, many moons. We used to work at a regional sports network, and I used to buy the pay-per-view fights there. And we would watch all the fights for free. We never paid for pay-per-view. Remember those days?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Miss him.
Yes, yeah, it's a long time, isn't it? He is an Emmy Award-winning sports producer. He is a news producer. You want to know about Southern rap? This is the man you want to talk to. You want to know about the NBA? This is really the man you want to talk to. But above all, he loves El Boxeo, my man, my main man, Armon Lee. What's going on?
Colvin, man, my pleasure to join you, man. I love it. You know, I love talking to Sweet Science, and man, I love what you guys are doing here on round 6. So, man, let's get at it.
Is this a super fight between Leo Santa Cruz and Tank Davis?
Leo has never headlined a pay-per-view fight. Neither has Tank. I mean, I understand the finances are hurt. People want to make that buck. But you also have to think of the flip side. Your audience also may be hurt right now. And again, once you get that stench of, okay, I don't know if this guy can sell, the next time you are put in a position to fight someone, a legit superstar showdown, that whole I'm a side, that whole argument, that's what they're going to come back. Oh, remember that one time you were on pay-per-view and you couldn't even get $100,000 buy? It's a real dicey game, and I don't necessarily know if PBC is in it for the long, or at least thinking the long play here.
Okay. Is there any way that you see Santa Cruz hanging with Tank, or is it's just going to be a mountain too hard to climb?
I mean, I don't ever want to dismiss any fighter, especially a fighter of Leo's caliber. I honestly, and I'm not into hyperbole. I'm not into like the glitz or whatever. I don't know how Leo, I don't know how he would survive this fight. I mean, I'm trying to be honest. And again, this is with all due respect. You know, I love the way Tank works the body. And, you know, you brought up Lopez. That was one of the things that Lopez was very, very focused and disciplined in when he fought Lomachenko. He was like, okay, I know, Loma, you're going to do your whole little matrix thing, whatever. I'm just going to make deposits into your body, and I'm going to bank these rounds. Leo he's not Lomachenko, obviously. So he doesn't have that type of ability to kind of coast for 2 rounds. And Leo sometimes, you know, he gets to feeling himself a bit. You know, like you said, that Tijuana blood, you know what I'm saying? They start feeling themselves, get caught up in the moment. And if it is a firefight, yeah, man down. It's just like you ain't got no way to win.
Yeah. So you can see if Tank is dominating him and he starts pressing forward and truly starts letting his hands go. If for the fans, it could be fireworks, but for Santa Cruz, man, that could be the end. I
don't even know why, to me, thinking of this fight, like playing it out in my mind, I think everybody probably in this corner would be like, yo, stay away from, don't try to get in these type real high energy exchanges, because it's only going to take one time. It's only going, like, again, you look at Tank, you know what I mean? You see it, like, he's different. You know what I'm saying? Like the power, the explosiveness, the angles, like you said, his footwork, it's a lot. And it's you know what I mean? And Leo's body stretched out a little bit differently. Like, I don't see Leo going 10.
All right.
8. I'm thinking 8.
Okay. I appreciate you coming on to round 6. Folks, if you want to get down with a live podcast, you got to check out the Quarterly Report. Check it out at Apple, any place you get a podcast. This man will deliver.
Colvin, you my man, you know, like I said, known you for forever. So, you know, anytime you call, brother, anything you need, man.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Armon.
In 6th place, we won't call it last place, 6th place, Eric Skinner with 150 points. Digital Williams, 5th place, 159.5 points. Stick and Move, 187.5. Blogger Guy, 206.5. Myself, 221.5. And the leader, as of this point anyway, Left Jab Lamont, 225.5 points. And that's on the basis of picking not only the winner, but how they win as well. 10 points for a perfect pick, 9.5 winner by either or whatever decision. So that's what it is. Congratulations to this point, Left Jab Lamont, but I'm gaining on you.
I know you're coming, DJ. I know you're coming, so bring it.
This pick and stick predictions of 2020 continues, and we are going to predict this fight on Halloween. Who you got?
I got Gervonta Davis with a late stoppage. I think Santa Cruz is going to get out his game plan and become that slugger that he always is, and that's where he's going to make his mistake. And Davis is going to land the shot that he needs to land in the fight.
All right, Discombobulating Jones. Who you got?
Can you see the shirt? Can you
Very
see
nice.
the shirt?
Very nice. Very nice.
Gervonta Davis. I'm going with the Charm City Kid. You know, I've been announced his fights since as a teenager, as an amateur, and a couple as a pro. And I think we all saw the greatness. He's a mini Mike Tyson to me. It's no coincidence this man, all his fights have gone by knockout except for one. So he's on the uprise trajectory. So he can't afford to stumble against Santa Cruz. I go for 8th round TKO.
All right. Left Jab Lamont. Who you got?
Take a move. I'm going to go with Tank to definitely shake things up against El Terremoto, the earthquake, there in Santa Cruz, and get him late in a TKO with a TKO victory.
Okay. In digital, who you got?
I think this fight comes down to whoever changes the game plan of the other fighter. And I really think Tank's going to do that with Santa Cruz, and I think he'll start establishing his legacy on Saturday night. Davis by 10th round TKO.
Tank's got a great jab. He's a very good boxer, very underrated boxer, and then I think the power takes over. I say Tank in 7. Tank in 7. So that's going to do it for round 6. Santa Cruz versus Gervonta Tank Davis. It's been a pleasure, gentlemen. You know how we do and how we get down. If you want to check out the show, go to dmvsports1.com. Go to DMV Sports 1 on YouTube. It'll be there. Check all your social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook. We'll get the word out. And so we'll be here when the fights come up. And there's a lot of good fights coming up before the end of the year. Round 6, check it out. We're going to have a good time representing DMV. Thanks for joining us.